What makes you feel like you're at home?
Well, what makes my house a home is it's nice and my building is nice and clean. My land my landlord slash office staff person is nice, answers her office door even though it's closed due to COVID-19. It's actually locked shut, but she's still in the office. And if I knock hard enough, she'll answer. So I can still do things like pay my bills and talk to her if needed, which is good. And also, it's nice, it's clean. If I need something done, maintenance comes quickly, usually within 24 hours. I'm able to have my cat, which is good.
What are must-haves to be able to create that space for you?
So I'm able to have my cat. She's kind of a support cat, but she's more of a cuddle slash love cat. When I'm not happy, I'm able to just grab her, bring her. If I'm not happy, I'm able to grab her. If I'm on Zoom, sometimes it happens when I'm on Zoom, I'm able to bring her into the meeting, plunk her down on my lap, pet her. Sometimes she comes, sometimes I end up showing her to people in the meeting, but oh well. I would like to have, and I'm hoping to have this in my new building, a nice common area in the entrance. We don't have one in this building. Our common area has become the bench outside, not just because of the pandemic, but because there is no bench in here in the common area, in the entry in here, because it's a little small. And I would like there to be a nice bench in the common area and the common area, and be able to meet people down in that area when they like bring stuff to me. It also allows me, and this is a nuisance, but it's a bit of a stressful situation, but I encounter it at least once a week. Wait, I need a place indoors that is safe for me to wait for the DATS bus. The DATS bus is what takes me to Kinsman for scrimmages, for water polo, and to water polo practice recently, these past 2 weeks, because McEwen has had to close temporarily due to a chlorine leak. I play water polo for a men's team. I started playing before the pandemic. Our team used to play at Nate. Nate closed before the pandemic due to government cuts. The government made major cuts to both secondary education, and thus it impacted they couldn't keep their rec center open any longer. So they moved us out. Then COVID-19 happened. So our team has been training at McEwen mainly, but right now we're at Kinsman because McEwen had to close past 2 weeks because of a chlorine issue. Last week they had a water main break, and then this week they noticed during maintenance on the weekend that one of their chlorine tanks was leaking. They gotta clean that up before they can open again. Okay.
Yeah.
I am 4 blocks from McEwen, a bit further away from McEwen because I'll be on 97th and I'll be on 106th as opposed to, I'll be on 97th and 106th as opposed to 109th and 100th. So I'll be a little bit further away, but I'll still be able to get to McEwen pretty quickly on foot. Accessible transit is a block away from here.
Oh, good.
The number 5 bus is a block away from here, takes you everywhere you could possibly want to go, including Westmount. Most of you can access a good chunk of the downtown with the number 5 as well. And I go to Westmount quite a bit because I go Westmount Safeway to pick up groceries.
Oh, good.
And I will go, and I also like living near a Save On Foods. I'm kitty corner to the Save On Foods down here. And the Save On Foods, I'm able to pick up things like milk, and that means lactose-free milk, lactose-free chocolate milk. I'm able to pick up most of my groceries there. The only thing I can't get there that I could get there before COVID, but I don't know why, but after COVID, I can't. Right now, COVID, I can't, is bread. I have to get bread at the Save On Foods on Grandma's side of town. Grandma picks me up at least once a week, usually on Saturday, and she drives me to South Edmonton Common, and that allows me to go to Superstore, Walmart, the big one. We have a Walmart at Westmount, but it's tiny, and it doesn't sell groceries. The one at Westmount. It's tiny, so it just sells the basics. The Walmart at South End of Common, I'm able to get anything I need there, and I'm able to get my cat Izzy, she's diabetic. I'm able to get her meds at Walmart, which is a good thing because Izzy's meds are expensive. I used to be able to get them at the Walmart Westmount, but they fussed over the fact that the prescription had ran out, and I did not want to take Izzy back because I didn't want to pay the vet fee when it ran out. Walmart said, we'll take it regardless.
Right.
They just put Izzy's prescription under the pharmacist's name and continued to keep the prescription the way it is. They said, has Izzy changed her insulin other than the dose in the past 12 months? And I said, nope, same insulin. Dosage changes every day, twice a day, but it's the same stuff. So they just asked me a couple of questions and kept it. I am hoping to move at the end of winter term to a new build, to an older building that will provide me with a 1-bedroom, as opposed to right now I'm in a bachelor suite. It's okay most of the time, except for when I'm trying to do schoolwork, because most of my classes are online, and also when I'm trying to do advocacy work, because it's all because of COVID, all my advocacy work has gone online. I haven't seen anybody in person for advocacy work ever since February of last year. If I didn't do it, I think me and other people with disabilities would be way worse off. Well, what makes my home feel like home is make sure you have a good landlord / good office staff. Mine are more office staff, but still, they're good. they'll communicate with you, they'll answer the door, they'll fix things within 24 hours. Make sure you look for those things. Try to look for an apartment that is well maintained, that's clean, that's in a good area. And I say this is a big one, close to a grocery store. For me, the struggles aren't as big. For me, I have to make sure a place has an elevator. I did climb for a bit during the pandemic, but the climbing that I did during the pandemic, during lockdowns, and during the first lockdown when pools were closed, and I was still trying to get a deal to get my swimming back. That took a while. But I was stuck hitting the river valley for fitness, and I did climb the river valley stairs, but those stairwells are different than your average stairwell. The steps are much, and they're a bit more accessible for those who have trouble, who are doing stairs, who have to do stairs because the stairs are shorter. The stairs on an average stairwell, I can't do it all.
Right.
And that's because I have MS. I use a walker.
Oh,
I thought my walker was going to be a bit of an impediment when going into Winifred Stewart and going to sign up for my therapeutic rec program at Norquest. It actually wasn't.
good.
People accept me at both Winifred Stewart, ABC Head Start, and which is in the basement of Winifred Stewart. Which I also spent half my summer there. Spent half my summer at Winifred Stewart, spent the other half at ABC Head Start, which is in the basement. And then I applied to my program at Norquest in full-time studies. Because of the pandemic, two of my classes are online, one's in person.
Yeah.
The rent will be a little less.
Oh,
I now pay $9.73, and that is with laundry. Laundry around here is shared. I actually don't like the shared laundry system anymore. I've had my laundry stolen 3 times, and I decided on the 3rd time, because it was mostly dress clothes that was stolen that time. I was doing a load laundry before the pandemic, not knowing that everything was going to shut down that weekend. And I had just spent the whole week beforehand with Marie Renaud in the legislature, standing up for people with disabilities, standing beside her, speaking in the House. So I just spent my whole week doing that. I was washing my dress clothes, anticipating another week of doing that, because that would be a normal week before COVID. But COVID came along, and those meetings became virtual. I was still speaking in the House, but I was doing it from the computer and the tablet on WebEx. The new place that I'm looking at, one criteria that I said after getting my laundry sold 3 times, this time being the most expensive, I said, enough. Laundry will be in suite or else. I'm not living there.
right.
I will pay more if needed to have my laundry where I can keep an eye on it myself. Extra work should someone leave their clothes in the washing machine overnight. It's just silly. Use a timer, set an alarm, get out of there for a couple of hours. You have a brain, use it.
Mhm.
There's a
Yeah.
timer on your fridge. There's a timer. There's a timer not on your fridge, but there's a timer on your microwave. There's another one on your oven. Use them. Here's another little problem that I have with our laundry. Sometimes our laundry machines don't work as they are designed. So, like, sometimes in order to get the door open on the washing machine, sometimes I have to run it through a second cycle, just because the first cycle goes through, the door won't open. We pay $50 on top of our rent. My rent is $9.23. With laundry is $9.73. Each per suite that is a bachelor or one bedroom pays $50 on top of your rent. If you're a two-bedroomer, you're expected to have a roommate or someone else living with you. Yeah, this building is one of the few that are adults only.
Mhm.
Everybody must be 18 or older. And in my next building, it'll be the same thing. Everybody is 18 or older.
Mhm.
I have lived in adult buildings ever since the age of 14. At the age of 14, I was moved out on my own. I was emancipated, which means I was signed 18, even though I was 14 by the government. And they said, and the paper said that I could live on my own, regardless of being still 14. My grandma supported me and my dad supported me, but they did not live with me. It was not easy to start doing it when I was 14, but it was something that needed to be done. My parents it was part of the reason why I started living on my own was my mom and dad, they divorced, but they were still going, like, they still went out on dates together, but they weren't living together anymore. Mom never knew how to take care of me anyway. I was always grandma's girl.
Mhm.
Right from the start. Because right when I was diagnosed with autism at 3 years old, basically my mom, she also has a disability. She has bipolar dyslexia and dyslexia. She can barely read, and grandma ends up helping her with everything. This is a tough situation that I'm in now, and it's what's perpetuated my advocacy work recently is grandma's 80 years old.
Right.
And it is inappropriate for an 80-year-old to be helping out and actively supporting a 36-year-old with autism and MS who needs physical help and I say it should even be declared inappropriate at some time after I get support for myself with the help of Renee and a small group that Renee is heading up. After I'm done getting support for myself, I will look at getting supports for mom.
Right.
Because it will also be inappropriate for some time for grandma to continue to having support the both of us. If he lives with mom, they help each other out by paying, because mom's on AISH with no subsidy. I'm on AISH, but I have a subsidy. So that allows me to live in places that are below market. When I rent, I can rent anything that is below the market. How does my subsidy work? My subsidy, my dad signed the forms before he died. He died 10 years ago, almost. He died in 2010. He signed the forms shortly after I turned 15. And the reason why he signed those at the time it was capital region housing, the reason why he signed those forms was he was tired of the situation that I was in, where I got $800 a month, and guess where that $800 all went? On the rent.
Rent.
Completely. And thus, he was tired of having to pay with his credit card for my groceries. So he wanted me to shop for my groceries myself. So he made sure that I got a subsidy of about $500. Is still that today, that would allow me to at least get some things. And he made sure that that subsidy would be tied to myself rather than to a building. See, that is the mistake that most subsidy people make, is they tie their subsidies to your building. And then that is the big mistake that the government makes. It should be tied to the person. Because if it's tied to the person, they can take it anywhere. If it's tied to the building, as soon as they move out of the building, it's gone. Often those subsidized buildings, I know because my mom and my brother live in one. They can't afford anything else. Are not well taken care of, but often neglected. And that's not good either.
Right.
When you're looking for housing, you want a building that is well maintained, and in my case, has good elevators, preferably 2 of them. It has an elevator, preferably 2. And I would like to make sure that I have good common areas. Yes, so that I can meet people. Like if I have to meet the delivery man, meet Carrie, meet anybody whom I don't want to take into my apartment, the only person that comes up here is grandmother. Other than the maintenance man. The maintenance man come in and out, but the only person that comes out of here in and out of here is grandma. And it should stay that way. Even when someone else is supporting me in the future, they will only come in if they are needed in the apartment physically to help me. If they are not needed in the apartment physically to help me, we will meet in the lobby area. And we will continue on from there into the community. Like someone, not grandma, could take me to South Symington Common,
Right.
take me to Superstore, take me to the Save On Foods on the south side, so I can get bread. I used to be able to get the bread at my own Save On Foods, but I lost that ability this summer. The bread at our Save On Foods is too crunchy, and I lost the front tooth this summer. And unfortunately, AISH will not replace it. AISH will not cover the dental work to replace it because they consider it cosmetic.
Right.
This is another thing I'm fighting. it is not considered cosmetic when it affects your diet.
For sure.
When it, what would be considered cosmetic is if it were a back tooth that was removed by the dentist for a reason. Let's say it was overly infected and the dentist decided that the best move was to take it out. If it was a back tooth, it wouldn't have affected my diet any. And thus I wouldn't be limited to soft foods. And I probably could eat normally. I am on a very special diet. I am gluten-free, lactose intolerant, soft foods. And as a result of my special diet, I've been living it for ever since I was young, ever since I was 14. And gluten-free, I've been living with lactose intolerance ever since I was 30. And as a result of my special diet, I am extremely picky when it comes to food.
Thank you for being in this. What makes a house a home?